guys, how's it going? I'm Player One. I'm Crimson.
No, you played 3 today, bro.
Yeah, you didn't.
You played 3 today. I'm Player One. Sweater vest kid.
Stay tuned to figure out why he's player 3 this week, guys.
Whatever.
I'm Player One.
Whatever.
Sweater vest kid.
Okay.
I'm player 2, Bubblegum Zombie Hunter. Player 3.
I'm not doing this. You can't make me. You can't make me do this.
Player 3 is sure Crimson over there,
God.
being salty in the corner.
Fuck you guys. I'm about to banish you both to the shadow realm.
No, all right.
My
gotta
guild
beat
cards
us
over right
first.
now.
All right. Well, welcome to the show, guys.
How's it going?
If you guys are wondering why Player 1 is now Player 3, it's because last week we all said we was gonna go see Ready Player One, which is his title. And guess who did not see Ready Player One when it came time to record?
All right, in my defense, you gave me a 3-day window. 3 days? We should have 7 days in between recordings. 7 days out of 3-day
but in
window.
that same
I'm just
3-day
saying.
window,
I'm just saying.
2 out of 3 of us seen the movie.
Mind you, I work Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Yo, listen, man.
And I binge watched this whole anime.
Because you on spring break. Get out of here.
I still
But
had work, though.
you was home. I saw you yesterday.
Yeah, I was
hung
home. I was home working.
We went to eat
Ooh, what y'all ate?
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
But I saw you yesterday.
That's either here or there.
I saw you yesterday.
Yo,
We went
get
to
into
eat.
the
You
movie,
could have
man.
went to
All right,
watch
let's
it.
get into the segment. So, how was the movie?
I
Yes,
greatly
Bubblegum.
enjoyed it.
How did you enjoy the movie that only me and you saw?
I'm going to sit this one out, guys.
No, you don't have to sit it. I'll ask questions. Be
Too late.
engaged.
Yeah,
No,
engage in the conversation. You can ask questions.
greatly
Because we're going to
enjoyed it.
ruin the whole movie for you. So.
I greatly enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun.
Ooh, explain.
You didn't think it was a lot of fun? It was fun. Oasis was fun. It was very fun and it was nice to watch. I was watching other people's opinions on it and they, like, I don't know, for some reason people don't like, what is Oasis made of again? Like computer...
Virtual reality?
Yeah, I don't want to say virtual reality. They don't like a lot of green screen and...
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, things of that
CG.
nature. Yeah, they don't like a lot of CGI, and 75% of the movies in CGI. So some people didn't like that, but I liked it. Oasis was fun, and it was magical. And it was a lot bigger, because what I'm used to is Sword Art Online. And Sword Art Online is your typical MMORPG. So it's like a regular world, but I felt like Oasis had more to it. Like, you could, like, Oasis was just a whole nother life, if that makes sense, as opposed to a whole nother, like, world.
So, it's like essentially one of those movies where it's like The Matrix.
Yeah, something like that. But you could tell, like, you're in a video game.
Yeah.
Like, The Matrix is just, like, PlayStation 25. You feel me?
Jesus Christ.
And it's really cool because your life in Oasis is sort of connected to your life in the real world too, which kind of
Yeah.
works in games too. When I was really, really deep into Vindictus, like I was really, really deep, so please don't judge me. But I would do some really behind the scenes black market shit where I would go to this black market website, pay them real money, and then in the game, like, let's say I gave them $20, like 20,000 coins would be in my bank account in the real game, which, you know, is great because think about all that
That's
armor.
black market. They do that now.
Oh, sorry. I thought that shit was black market and weird back in the day, and I
What?
thought that
They
was
did
extra.
that for Maple Story. You could go to Walgreens or whatever,
No,
Target, get a card, pay for it, and you get coins in game.
No,
to get
this
items.
was, but this was different. I feel like I know what you're talking about. Like Blizzard have, like, everyone has the cards, but this was different. No. Let me explain why. Because when you're getting those cards, you can use those coins to buy, like, perks for the game. Like, let's say you wanted skins. Like, have you played L.Sword?
Nope.
Or I mean, I haven't played a lot of recent MMORPGs, but if you wanted, like, skins that are add-on attachments for the game, but in this particular case, I was getting money illegally. Do you get what I'm saying? So instead of me having to grind to get...
All right, the show's done. Why'd she do that
Wait.
for? Why did she do that?
What?
So
Why'd
now
you do
you're a
that?
criminal on our show.
What the fuck?
It's a video game.
Alright.
But it's like instead of having to grind like 20
So
dungeons,
say that
I
shit
paid.
about EA then. See, these motherfuckers gonna come and get us. Nah, don't do that. Nah, cut. Show done.
But that was years ago. I
He
stopped
just
doing
salty and see the movie. That's all. He wanted the show to end quick.
But yeah, so what you did in Oasis affected your real life. I feel like people was using their actual money in real life, putting it towards Oasis, and if they lost everything in Oasis, they lost everything in the real world. That shit was scary. In certain parts, it was unnerving watching the I want to say slavery, but it's not slavery.
Loyalty centers.
Yeah, watching the loyalty centers, that was a bit unnerving. But overall, I thought it was fun. Like, they made a lot of... I think if you're a gamer, you'll think it's cute and you enjoy it. Like, Tracer was in it. Harley Quinn was in it. Iron Giant was in it. Gundam was in it. Godzilla was in it. So
what would be your rating?
My rating. I didn't really
You got this.
I didn't really think about rating. Off the top of my head, I wanted to give it a 7, but which I guess everyone, even Rotten Tomatoes, is certified fresh, but Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 75%. So I wanted to give it a 7 out of 10, but I feel like I greatly enjoyed it. I guess parts of it was predictable. It was incredibly cheesy. If you've seen shit like Dot Hack and Sword Art Online and all that shit, you saw where it was going. You knew it was going to have a happy ending, but it was a fun, feel-good movie. And I think if you're a gamer and you could see it for like not $40, you'll be like, that was cute, that was fun, I appreciated it. That's how I felt.
I didn't throw in that $40.
I didn't realize she was
that
a
was
dark.
intense.
I didn't realize she was a dark type Pokemon. That was a real good nightshade attack.
Right? Like, she just threw all the shade.
I
You
wasn't
don't have to.
trying
So
to
for,
throw
I paid
shade.
$9.
From here on out, player 3, zombie.
That's you.
Zombie.
You play 3 right now.
Bubblegum.
You play
Bubblegum
2.
Zombie Hunter.
Zombie. What?
Bubblegum Zombie
Oh,
Hunter.
it's bubblegum.
Every
first.
fucking episode, guys. Really, come on.
Because I keep fucking forgetting
Don't say
shit.
guys, say him. Like I feel like the audience at home
Bubblegum
knows my
Zombie
name.
Hunter. She's not an Umbreon. She's a dark type. Because that was shady. That was unnecessarily shady.
I wasn't trying to be shady.
Yeah, but you did. You did.
The way you're looking
That
at
was
me,
so
sort of
shady.
bad. It's all love.
If you get beat up after this episode, I ain't seen that.
Why you trying to put the heat on me? Like, nah, you still didn't do what you had to do for this podcast, so don't try and switch the heat.
Nah, don't try to throw me under the bus now because you went out your way to talk about this $40.
But it's true. Like, I feel like if a person saw this
She
for
did it again.
$5,
She did it again.
Listen. All right. Fuck y'all.
Okay, when you left the movie paying like $20 for one ticket, were you just like, this was worth $20? Like, after I left Black Panther, for example, which I paid $20, and I wouldn't mind seeing it again in IMAX. I was like, this was worth the $20.
I seen it in IMAX. I don't think any movie's worth anything in 3D.
I was gonna say that, like, I didn't like Ready Player One as much as like all the critics and people that I've seen on like my social media keep saying like this movie's great, this movie's fantastic. Like my friend on Snapchat, like that movie's the best, 10 out of 10. Or King Vader's like, yo, this movie's perfect. And Rotten Tomatoes also certified fresh, and pretty much anybody who's seen the movie,
but even Rotten Tomatoes
has saying, even other like podcasts like Blurred Vision, they're talking about how great it was too. And I'm like, all right, so when I go see this movie's gonna be lit. I seen Tracer in the trailer. I seen Iron Giant. You feel me? You see bits and pieces of other video game and comic book characters alike. You seen the Arkham Knight. You feel me? Catwoman, Batman again, multiple Catwomans, Batgirl. The dude with the 4 arms from Mortal Kombat. What's his name?
Yeah.
Goro?
Yeah, he was in it. You feel me? The main character's driving the DeLorean.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm like, all right. So there was a lot of like
expectation and hype. I went in with zero hyper expectation because
I went in with all the hype and expectation. So like I'm watching it, and about like I'd say like 45 to an hour, 45 minutes to an hour in the movie. You feel me? Something happened with the plot that I didn't like. So, we should probably go into spoilers because
I
fuck
can't
you, Player 3. You should have seen the movie.
I can't imagine.
How y'all sitting there trying to come for my life like I give a shit if y'all gonna spoil the movie or not?
Okay, so during the movie when he meets Artemis, right, the girl, it's a girl, pixie looking chick with red hair. No,
I didn't care for
in
Artemis.
the game when they was
Archer?
No,
when they were in the club, right, trying to find clue number 2, trying to find key 2, for the stuff, right, and then he tells him that he tells her that he's in love with her. I'm like, bro, this is like 45 minutes into the movie. What do you mean you're in love with her? First off, if you've been playing this game as long as I think you have, you would know that there's like a 90% chance that Artemis is some small, light-skinned, bright-eyed dude in his house who just likes to play as girls. You feel me? Like, it's not even necessarily a guarantee that that character's a woman. Could be somebody, some fat dude with fucking neck sweat and a neck beard playing and trying to
like
get
bacon grease.
Yeah. You feel me? Trying to use him for like
you know,
the knowledge that he got.
You know, it'd be funny.
I saw him in my
No,
mom,
wait,
she
hold
was
on.
like he was
Yeah, I know it would
stupid.
be funny if Artemis was the fat guy that was playing World of Warcraft in fucking South Park.
And you're gonna
Like I said, well, he lucked out because Artemis was actually a girl. So
Damn.
he got lucky. But like when he was doing that, and then he tells her his real name. Everybody knows you don't tell people your real fucking name on the internet, my guy.
Yeah.
What are you doing? It don't matter if it's 2018 or 2045.
But I felt
Like
like
you must
On the
be out
internet,
of
my
your
real name
damn
is Imani.
mind, bro.
Pardon? Oh, I felt like all those aspects though was taught, like it was dealt with in the film. Like she felt the same way you felt. She was basically like, "Are you dumb?" And then after that whole situation,
I felt like the main character should have known better because he's a veteran of the game.
she
Literally,
felt that way
he was a
too.
veteran at the
That's
game
why she
because he was the
stopped
only
fucking with him.
person figuring shit out the whole movie.
Yeah,
He's the one who figured out the first clue to get the key.
Seriously?
Yes,
Yeah.
he was the one that figured it out. Everybody else followed suit with him. You feel me? So
So
if anybody else in that movie had figured something out, it's most likely because they piggybacked off of his initial idea.
Well, the first time, the second time she figured out how to get the key.
Who pointed her in the right direction?
I guess he did.
He
So-
put
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
on.
So let me just get this shit right. You mean to tell me this kid is so fucking ill that he
No. He's not that ill because prior to the movie starting, people were trying to get. All right, so the original creator of the game, right?
Mhm.
Think of him as the dude from Sword Art Online.
Okay.
Genius dude, made the game. The AI is wonderful, all that. Like
Mhm.
this is really some impressive shit to be for 30 years from now, right? So
Yeah. it
he
is.
died, and upon his death, his digital representation of himself, you know, like the guy in Sword Art,
His cryptocurrency was somewhere in the game.
right? He says, "Listen, I got this challenge for y'all, right? Find these 3 keys. If you find all 3 keys and unlock the secret door or whatever, you get my stock for the company, and you own the whole shit." And the stock was like worth like $500 billion or some shit. Real money, real life, and you become the owner of the company that runs the game, Oasis or whatever. That's what they call the
And
world.
I think what they like to hammer in the movie too is kind of like what you do in virtual reality kind of affected the real world too. So I think it's important to say like. I was gonna say I think it's important to say it's important to say. No, I think it's important.
That's pretty important.
So
I
basically,
think it's
the game is
important
played on a blockchain.
On what?
No, not really. It's not currency based like that. Like you can still just fuck around and do what you want for fun. But everybody wants that $500 billion and they want to be the owner of that game. You'll be rich for the rest of your life. Like
You
that
rich for the
movie,
rest of everyone's lives.
that game generates a lot of revenue for the country at this point. Like everybody is playing it. People on the street got like their HTC Vives on playing that shit in the middle of the street.
And
Understand what I'm saying? Because at this point, the game got so real. The game got so real that
sorry.
you could make in-game purchases, right, for real life. Because when the kid got the first key, he got mad coins in his account, and then he bought one of the feedback suits for virtual reality. He bought the top of the line shit from the game and had it delivered to him in real life. So that's how like into the economy the game is at this point.
That sounds like a game on a blockchain. Not just hear me out. The reason I say it sounds like a game on a blockchain is because you literally like crypto kitties, right? You literally could make money off of crypto kitties and go buy things. Like you know what I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Like so essentially the way crypto kitties works is that you get 2 cats, right? You breed them, and the third cat you get, you sell it for cryptocurrency. Once you get the cryptocurrency, you literally could go to like certain websites. What? Cop a plane ticket. It sound, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like if cryptocurrency, like if crypto gaming boomed and had a VR version of it, that's what it sounds like.
No,
So-
it's cool that you bring that up because
Isn't that kind of scary?
yeah, but that kind of leads to the antagonist of the movie, which is this company who's supposed to be the rival company for the guy who made Oasis. They want
Can we call them Blizzard?
no, they're called IOI, but I called them LOL because it looked like LOL. They didn't use like the regular capital I with like the caps. They used the one that looks like a lowercase L.
Oh, okay.
So
like
I just called them
101.
exactly. So I just called them
They're
LOLs.
fucking lambs.
Like that was their their title everywhere. Just I or zero.
Or like fucking Brother I or some shit.
It looked dumb. It just looked like they said LOL. So, and we were supposed to take them seriously, but their fucking forehead says LOL. Like, it was like a bunch of them. So it's a big corporate company, and they just have like thousands of their own employees like in the game for the purpose of trying to flood the game. So like they have the highest chance of winning that money. So when they win those shares and shit, they're just going to use the game for its marketing purpose. Like they can profit off of it.
Wait. So you mean to tell me that they have an army of employees losing to a child?
They're losing to everybody. They have the whole world trying to get these keys.
Now, I feel you, right? But you're a company. I assume they're a multi-million, billion-dollar company. And I'm pretty sure they put all their employees, all their programmers, all their marketing people inside the game at once. And they still lost?
I felt like it was a lot of heart. I feel like the main character won because he just loved the game and he loved the creator.
Like, the people in the other company, they didn't want the game because they liked the game. They just wanted the game so they can make money off of it. So they could put a bunch of ads in your visor so you could buy a bunch of add-ons and shit. Like, they just wanted to profit from it. The main characters in this game, they really love the game. Right, the main character who kept figuring all the shit out, like he was obsessed with the shit, like kind of unhealthy in a way, but like given his backstory, like his parents died, he was an orphan, his aunt and uncle weren't shit. You feel me? Like it kind of makes sense why he would stick to such a thing like Oasis, because that's like his escape from his harsh reality. Like he was a poor dude by himself, and he.
So because you're passionate about a game, you're the master at it.
Well,
and I'm speaking off of like real shit.
No, I wouldn't say he was the master, but he was the only one figuring out the clues because of how much he loved the game.
That's what I wanted to get into. Sword Art Online, they beat the dungeons and the level just off of badassery. Like as far as I can remember, like it was hard shit. And Kirito, that was the name, right?
Kirito, yeah.
Kirito was just so fucking badass, and his wife.
Asuna?
Yeah, Asuna was fucking badass too. So they got through all the levels. To obtain the Easter egg in the movie, the creator said he hid it in his mind. Everything he did, everything he saw, everything he remembered, all his memories was cataloged in the game. To figure out where the keys are, you kind of had to know the creator. So they would find hidden clues by looking back at his memories. And then there were also riddles you had to solve. And so they would kind of connect the pieces together. It was still a lot of fun, but it wasn't like the main character was just super fucking badass in his fighting skills. And
yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. This movie sounds like nonsense.
No, it's really not. Like the concept of the competition, it was cool. I'd be like, yo, I would play that if that was like a real game. I would play that.
Even how they got the keys was cool. We already saw Sword Art Online. We've already seen Overlord.
Right,
We've
like
already seen Hack.
The progression of the clues to the key to the clues to the key, that was cool. What I didn't like was the dialogue and how the characters handled certain shit. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, just hurry up and get it done. Or why are you telling people your real name online? Or why are you just waltzing into the library when you're the first dude to figure out the first clue to get the first key? Everybody's on you right now. Why do you think you can just walk into the library now and nobody's going to notice you? Like, are you dumb? Like, how long have you been playing video games, my guy?
So it's like a combination of like, he was ill but a noob at the same time?
Correct. But he was only ill because, like we said before, because he had such a big love for the game. Because there were like combat scenes in the movie
my question to
where
you
he would get shot up.
My question to you is, right, because he have a big love for the game or because he knew the creator very well? Which one is it?
He didn't know. Well, you mean like personally?
Yeah, like because
he didn't know the creator personally.
It sounds like you needed a combination of both.
No, so he knew about the creator because he loved the game so much. Just like how we know about like Masahiro Sakurai for Smash Bros. We know who he is. Or when he was talking about how he almost lost his hand making Smash 4, people know shit like that because they like the game. Or how we know Shigeru Miyamoto, Zelda, Mario, and his take on other things Nintendo, right? We know things about these people because they create the shit we like. Same thing with him. He really liked Oasis, so he's like, all right, so let me take a look into the creator. So then when you learn about the creator, maybe it'll help you like, understand the game better.
And understand where the creator hid those keys.
Right, because in the game, there's, like I kept saying, he walked into a library. It's pretty much just a catalog of all of his memories, which is why the clues were cool, because when he had a clue, it was linked to something that he said in his memory banks that you have to go back and find. So if he said something like referencing, like, for example, a specific anime, right? he made a reference to a specific anime. If you really knew the creator, you would know, oh, that was his favorite anime. Who was his favorite character? It was this person. And then you realize there's something in the game named after that character, and you have to go there, and then there's a challenge there waiting for you. And that challenge is also catered to the specific thought process of the creator. So if you're in there, it'd be like, oh, he didn't like puzzles, and there's a puzzle there. It's either like, oh, this puzzle wasn't meant to figure out. He hates puzzles. You throw away the puzzle. Oh, challenge 1. That's what he wanted because he hates puzzles. Why would you finish a puzzle? Shit like that. So I'm like, that was clever. I just hated the dialogue, bro.
And I like that the character was like that because I felt him to be a lot more relatable. Like, not all the time can I relate to this badass mega ultra. I personally can't relate to this badass ultra mega fighter. I'm not the number one person in my guild.
I can't relate to Kirito. I can never be that good at a game.
Yeah.
It sounds like I can't relate to this kid either. I'm not stupid.
And Kirito is just, I love him, but he's just so perfect. He's too perfect. As far as I remembered, he's not flawed.
Yes, he has many flaws.
I said as far as I remember.
Oh, like
name a flaw that was in Sword Art Online. Well,
that he has?
Yeah.
Does he not suffer from PTSD?
Well, yeah, because he was stuck in a game that could have killed you.
That's a flaw.
Yeah, but I meant his
everybody in that game got PTSD.
No. Him in particular, like it's something he battles.
But I meant in his personal character, like he was nice, he was sweet, he was caring, he was brave, he was strong, he was courageous.
He's oblivious.
To what?
Are you serious? Fucking I found characters like him to be very oblivious. And the reason I say that is because he's the type of character like, oh yeah, oh, well I can like the reason why that fucking group died. It was his reason he was being oblivious. Like he knew he can't fucking party with these niggas. He knew that.
The shorty with the blue
hair.
Yeah,
like and then she ended up being his daughter. Like he knew he couldn't party with them. He knew the risk of taking them deeper in. Like he could save everybody. He can't carry a whole fucking party.
I guess he tried.
That was his fuck up. He's not perfect. He literally got 4 people killed. Can't be perfect. Nah,
no, I hear what you're
don't
saying.
see it. On top of that, he suffers from PTSD. There's something about him where it's like he can't hold, like in real life, he can't hold a sword or some shit like that.
Well, that was because he was in the game for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So
it wasn't 6 years.
No, but it was a long time.
Oh, yeah.
He was, his muscles weren't the same. And
yeah.
It's different in the game than holding the real thing. That's all it was.
And on top of that, he was a fucking he was in the game too deep. He was too heavily invested in the game. There's a reason for that. It's not. And I don't think it's a love for games. That's the reason.
He was a NEET. He needed a ReLife.
Yeah, like like go ahead. But no, that's what it was. Like he was too into that game. Like I think there was something. I think it was more. I always feel like there's more to the story.
But he had to be into that game so he could get out alive.
No, I'm talking about before they got stuck.
It helped him out because if he wasn't, he would have got the done in Sword Art Online.
Listen,
it's because he was that much of a fiend that he was able to survive so long. Anyway,
of course, but
you know who Kirito's character reminds me of? I forget his name, but the main character in Food Wars.
I don't watch Food Wars.
Soma.
Yeah. Like, you know how Soma's always so kind and he's so nice and he never really does everything wrong. Like, his whole character kind of seems sort of perfect.
Those characters' biggest flaws is that they're not that self-aware of shit.
Well, I'd say that's a big flaw of the dude in Ready Player One. What's his name? Wade?
Yeah.
Wade something.
I would prefer a character who's flawed, and I would prefer a character.
But his flaws were dumb. Like, come on.
My mom called him stupid. I just called him naive. I didn't think him telling Artemis that he
Matter of fact, that's the perfect word for characters like Kirito and Soma. They're naive.
I didn't think him.
They don't see Kirito will see the bigger picture like faster than Soma. Don't get me wrong, but niggas, they don't see the big picture for what it really is.
Oh yeah, Soma's dance.
Yeah, Wade didn't see that shit either, and like it cost his family's life because the LOL people.
Mm-hmm.
They was on some real shit. They was on some, we gonna find where you are, bro, because we want this, and we gonna kill you. Like, they hooked up, they got drones, went to his crib, hooked up explosives, blew the whole shit up.
That's how you get it done. They sound like real.
And then after that, the CEO of LOL, he sent some other chick to go find him and kill him.
That's how you get it done.
And then he almost killed him in the end of the movie, which I want to touch on that shit.
The fact that he didn't, like, he just stood there looking.
It's not even that. Like, all right, so by the end of the movie, he's getting the egg and shit, right?
Okay.
Everybody else is dead. They had a big all-out war. That was the scene when the Gundam pulled up. That was my favorite part.
And in my defense, you told me about that part earlier. In my defense, I would have loved it if he just screamed out, my love, my sorrow, and all of my regrets. Shining finger. That shit would have been so cool.
Yeah, well, it wasn't the Shining Gundam.
I swear to God, if you'd have told me that happened in the movie, we wasn't going to record today. I was going to see it, and I was going to yell it at the movie theater. I swear to God.
I was hoping it was Shining Gundam, but of course it wouldn't be the Shining Gundam. It was like Gundam from Gundam. You know, with the shield and the Gundam.
The regular,
the regular
mascot.
Gundam mascot. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like it was him.
That one's still good though.
That was a hype scene because he jumped off the Serenity from Firefly. Anybody who knows me knows I love me some fucking Firefly.
Well, guess what? Anyone who's listening most likely don't know you that well. So,
well, there's a lot of people out there who love Firefly, cult classic. And when he hopped off that Serenity, he turned into a Gundam, and then started slicing up Mecha Godzilla. That shit was hype. But yeah, but towards the end, after like all that shit is done, he ends up finding their van or whatever, which they didn't even bother to try to cover up so the drones won't find them. They was just driving that shit out in the open. Another shit that got me tight. Like, duh. Hide your shit, bro. Like,
I have a
cover your
question.
license plate.
How are they connected to the internet?
Wi-Fi. It's the year 2045, bro.
But it's a moving van.
It's the year 2045.
So
I'm not
there's
gonna doubt like.
No. I feel so. There's no.
I'm not gonna
lag,
doubt there's like
no
public
buffering.
Wi-Fi all over. No, bro. Dude,
Well,
it's 2045. They probably have Google Fiber.
All right, keep the energy.
Standard.
There is a stress for better equipment, you know, and I feel like with better equipment, in my head, I thought it was like better, like.
Well, yeah, sure, but their internet has to be nowhere near our internet is today. They got internet from like 30 years in the future,
Real quick,
bro.
I wanted to say that scene where he has the egg in his hand and the corporate leader doesn't kill
The
him.
LOL boss.
Yeah, the
Just call him
LOL boss just stares at him. That was stupid and a big plot hole, especially because a couple of moments before, he basically was like, he doesn't care about the game.
Yeah, he was so about that life before.
He was literally like, I'm not about this life. I don't care. And to show it, I'm going to destroy everyone in this game. Fuck you. Fuck everyone. Kills everyone in the game. And then when he gets the egg, he's like, like, you didn't care 5 seconds ago. Like,
he did not care.
it made sense for his employees to care. That made a lot of sense, especially the people in the workroom who's been working on this for years, because they've been working at this for 5 years.
But
so for
everybody wanted to see somebody win.
So yeah, for them to
if you
see
really
him
love
win
the
and
game, you want to see somebody make it there. Like, damn.
You kind of probably lived vicariously through him. So for them to be rooting for him, that made sense. That was relatable. But for the boss, like, even in the outside world, it was nothing spectacular for him to see, for him to, when he had his one chance to kill him, not kill him.
He shouldn't even had that chance. That's another thing I didn't like. Because look, all right, so after he like made it through to the castle, whatever, man, there's a lot of shit we skipped over, but we'd be here way too long to explain everything. So he makes it to like the final level, right? They already have the first 2 keys, so he's making it to the final level for the third key.
What castle is it? The castle from Street Fighter 2?
No, I think it's like a custom thing for the movie. It might not be. I could be wrong because there was a lot of video game references.
And movies.
So,
we saw The Shining. That was the fun part.
Yeah. So
we
he's
played
in
through
there.
the whole Shining. It was very cool.
So in order for him to even fight against LOL, he sent out a rally call to literally everybody in the game. Like, yo, listen, this is where the last key at. This is the last clue at. These motherfuckers at LOL has a whole shield around everything. They don't want nobody to get it. They're trying to get it for themselves. So if we want to keep the game belonging to us and not to these people who don't give a damn about this game, we all gonna have to fight.
They don't really care about us.
Exactly. And everybody pulled up like, you heard, dead ass, bro. Everybody pulled up and they were scrapping in front of the freaking Castle of Doom or whatever the shit that was called, right? So when that happened, everybody's there fighting. They on his side. So he gets through and he tells everybody, yo, meet us in this one spot. Right, because at that point everybody got destroyed because the LOL boss had like this bomb that eliminates everybody, including yourself, and he detonated it. The only reason why the main character survived because he had extra life. No, but the extra life was real subtle. Like nobody saw that coming, but it was real subtle. He didn't even know that was happening. He didn't know. Nobody saw that coming. I can't even say I seen that coming. Like it was real sly.
But when you look at it in the past, they were really putting a lot of emphasis on that coin.
I thought it was like a clue or something, but the extra life, he had a quarter. It was an extra life, but he just thought it was like whatever, it's a quarter. So But if you watch the scene, whenever you see the movie, like go see the movie, bro.
Yeah, you're hating mad hard, Greg. What do you mean that makes no sense? How does it not make sense? Explain.
Yeah, because
it makes sense.
Yeah, so when he gets the quarter, I'm like, all right,
like
so that
arcade machine, a quarter, arcade machines.
Yeah, so I'm like, that must be another clue. But then they never use it.
Why did I say it? It's like, oh, it makes sense to your head now. Get out of here.
Because I wasn't thinking that hard. I'm sorry. Please, whatever. Continue.
Yeah, so I thought it was another clue. So I'm like, but they never use that shit again. So I'm like, all right, so that was just a waste of time. And I forgot about it because there was so much other shit going on because it's an action movie. Shit. So then that ended up being an extra life. He figures out the last clue. And now while he's doing this, the LOL boss in real life is pulling up to come kill him, right? Boom. So they made it to where he was making it. He crashes into them. He's taking like forever to grab the fucking egg. I'm like, dude, just do what you gotta do.
Questions, right? So he crashed into their car and your Wi-Fi still good?
Yes, bro. It's the future. Damn, let it rock. Jesus.
Crash into my house. My Wi-Fi.
How is the Wi-Fi part like baffling you, but this super advanced virtual reality game is not the part that you're questioning, bro?
You know why? Because it's Sword Art Online. They stayed inside the crib to connect.
Okay, but still, bro, like
now from
this,
what I've seen in the
super
trailers,
high def fucking virtual reality. Yeah, the super high def virtual reality with self-aware AI and everything. Like this is like super advanced technology. This is artificial intelligence.
That is scary as fuck.
And that's not weird to you, but how are they connected to the internet is weird.
It was scary. No,
yeah. Hold on, wait. You ever went a month with no Wi-Fi? You don't get scared?
You acting like Wi-Fi hotspots aren't a thing today.
No, with no hotspots. But no Wi-Fi.
But we have hotspots.
No, I'm saying you
don't think it'd be better by then, especially if your main source in the economy is that video game. You wouldn't put all your resources to making sure people can connect anywhere so they can make the most money.
Let me ask you a question. I crash into your car, right? And it's a van, like the Scooby van.
No, it looks more like a UPS truck.
Yeah, it was a UPS.
A UPS truck. How bad was the damage?
Wasn't that bad, bro. It wasn't totally.
No. It's not about how bad the damage was. It's more like I want to know the impact. Where like is this kid's body flying around in the truck or not?
Yeah,
anybody's body would fly around when you.
He's not latched in. No, I'm asking.
He is latched in. He's hooked up to a rig inside the truck.
No, but what I mean, he's not latched in. I'm talking about safety reasons. Like
he's hooked up to a rig inside the truck. He's not.
So the rig. So once. No, I'm asking a question. You told me like I seen this shit, right? So if the truck got hit, he didn't come out the rig. No. The rig is able to keep him held down.
No, because he's wearing a suit. Remember, the suit is what makes you feel shit.
It reminds me of, when you see stuntmen and they have strings and then they have a suit. That's exactly how the rig looked.
It's like a Nintendo Power Glove times 20.
Okay.
Right.
Nah, because in my head, I'm like, that shit don't make sense.
Right, but that wasn't even the point of the part that I hate. Fuck all that. Like whatever. When he finally pulls up to the spot, everybody in the hood, because that was the hood he grew up in where they blew up the shit. So everybody comes outside. It's like, yo, you got some balls coming out here. So I'm like, yo, turn around. And everybody's swarming him. He pulls out a pistol, shoots in the air. Everybody split.
Nigga, he pulled out a pistol.
He had one pistol, which probably has between 9 to 13 bullets.
So you trying
there were like 50 people in front of him.
You're trying to be one of the people to take the bullets? None of them is trying to take a bullet.
Oh, so you gonna let this grown-ass man walk up to this truck and kill this, 18-year-old kid for a video game?
Yeah, it was bad. And they were
he was really trying to murder him, and everybody just got out of his way as he slowly walked to the truck as the kid got the egg.
And the thing
Put the gun in his hand. And y'all go sit there. Y'all was acting all tough and shit, and he pulled up like, yo, get out of here. Right? And so he fucking did that shit. And everybody just split the Red Sea to let him and just open the way so he could walk up to the fucking truck and shoot this kid in the head for a video game.
Not on my block, because on my block, you shot one.
I'm like, yo, that was so stupid.
You shoot one in the air. Sit there? We gonna disperse like roaches too, but we gonna come back real fast.
It's not even that. Everybody just got mad quiet, and then he had the gun pointed in the air the whole time. He walked towards the truck. So literally, all they had to do was swarm him and tackle him, because he really wasn't about that life, bro. He wasn't some trained killer. He was a corporate businessman that just got too greedy.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm just like, wow, that was stupid.
So it sounds like there were some things that you did like you liked the.
Yeah, that movie got a 7 out of 10, bro.
Yeah, 7 out of 10. So, but you didn't like was just the dialogue, certain parts of the plot that didn't make sense.
Right.
Probably the fact that you thought it was predictable.
That part didn't bother me. Most action movies are predictable. It's only one way.
Probably
one out of two things that can happen most of the time in action movies. The bad guy wins, bad guy don't win, or it's a tie.
It was a little corny and cheesy, but I went in there expecting all that. I didn't expect it to be this phenomenal 10 out of 10 movie. I thought it would be fun.
That's what everybody made it seem like when they were talking about it. So,
and I thought it would be flawed.
Yeah, I wasn't.
But
The hype for this movie was unbearable from gamers.
yeah.
Oh,
Like,
really?
For like, in like the gaming
community, gave it a C. Like,
this
it
was
wasn't supposed to
this
be
was like the
amazing.
Black Panther for the gamer community.
Yeah, and I you see, here's the thing, right?
I can low-key
What-
see why.
I don't. And
Well, because you ain't see the movie.
not only that, but you see with Black Panther, the hype was, I understood the hype. You know, I understood it for multiple reasons. The hype for this movie
Because you're black.
I low-key didn't.
Skedaddle. You're about to go back to being player 3.
Nah, chill.
I'm not hashing this out with you again
Yeah.
because how do you not?
And yo, complete your thought, bro.
Yeah, I'm baffled that she said that, but yeah, like I didn't see the hype behind it. It felt like it's like what, nigga? We had Wreck-It Ralph. We had cameos like that over so in Wreck-It Ralph. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see the big hoorah.
Yeah, Wreck-It Ralph had Sonic. This game didn't have Sonic at all. How dare they?
I didn't see Wreck-It Ralph.
But you know what I'm saying? Wreck-It Ralph is getting a second. Wreck-It Ralph is getting a second movie, bro.
Hope they put Sonic again.
You feel? But that's what I'm saying. They had Bison in it also. The same way this had Tracer.
Q-Bert.
Yeah, Q-Bert, Bison, fucking Zangief, Bowser. I've seen this. I've seen
the
Dr.
one with Adam
Eggman.
Sandler too. I forgot the name.
Oh yeah, with the movie where like all the old school games came to life and they started attacking on the Earth.
Oh.
They were
the one with the
aliens that
giant
said-
ass Pac-Man.
Yeah, so
I heard
that
that movie
being
was
said,
trash,
like
though.
I didn't see the hype for this movie because it's been done. It's been done.
Over and over. Yeah.
You feel me? Like you want to get gangster about it. Like the whole going to a different reality or going to a different body. Like you look at Avatar for some bullshit like that.
Yeah, that's been done too. And like we said, Sword Art Online, Hack. There's many other.
Log Horizon,
Yeah, Log Horizon.
Overlord.
Overlord, yeah, and Silver Guardian. Yeah, we know. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I understand. Like people who are not deep into, I can't even say that. It's been done. I didn't feel the need. Like I need to go see this.
Well, you kind of did, so
No.
we could be here
Podcast.
today.
No, of course, but like,
Kind of had to go see it.
I'm talking about on a personal.
And
like,
you
like
failed.
I'm gonna go and enjoy it. Cause like, believe it, I'm very critical when it comes to movies.
Did
Like,
you feel the need to see Wreck-It Ralph?
I didn't. At first, I didn't.
What? I watched that shit on demand.
I didn't. You feel
I
me?
did not go
I
in
didn't.
theaters
And when
to see that.
I watched it, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Cause there's no smoke. Damn, Ralph, what the fuck? What you gonna do now, bro? Like,
He gonna wreck it, bro.
you better break that shit.
You feel like Wreck-It Ralph was better than Ready Player One?
Ooh,
Nah, because Ready Player One had more references to modern games today.
Which was a lot of fun.
Because they had Arkham Knight in it. Like I said, they had Tracer,
You see now,
and the whole similarity.
What did
of
Arkham
Sword
Knight
Art.
do? Did he fuck somebody up?
No,
No.
it was just a cameo. Like
They
you
were
just seen
cameos.
these characters like scattered around.
Which,
Like there were
honestly,
some
I
people's
appreciated.
avatars.
Yeah, which honestly I appreciated. We didn't need a whole backstory. Like if you're a gamer, you would have gotten that. Or if you
No.
played
I
these
don't
games.
need
Like
a
it was
backstory.
something
I
you would
wanna-
catch on the fly. It wasn't like they threw it and
And
like,
you
oh, here's
appreciate
Arkham
it.
Knight, or here's
Mhm.
Tracer. It was kind of like here's Tracer, but
Yeah, Tracer was
Tracer they
in your
kind of
face.
shoehorned in there like
She was
twice.
like, hey guys.
Yeah, but like
Wait,
the
the
first
Cowboys
time
are
you
out,
just
like, the actual-
you hear
the
her
actual voice actor?
teleport.
No, but
No,
it
they
was
did.
like
No, they did. They used the voice, but she didn't
Oh,
say
really?
much. But they probably just used like a pre-recorded clip. But
Oh,
she
the
did say
Cowboys
something.
arrived.
Yeah, something like that. Because
Alright,
when they talk about the avatars and shit, Tracer pops up. You hear the pshh, you feel me? You see her, and then she's gone. Right? All right, cool. But then they show her again when
the
they're doing
final
the
scene.
fight, and she said something. She said something, but you heard the voice. I'm like, that's the Tracer voice, and then that was it. So she's really the only modern character that got the shine.
and
really.
the Mortal
Everybody
Kombat
else,
character,
oh yeah, him,
he was talking. He was trying to
the guy with the arms.
Mhm.
I forgot
You
his
see in
name.
Wreck-It Ralph, Bison was talking. Zangief was talking. It's hard being a bad guy. Like, they were having a fucking AA villain meeting where it's like because they get beat up every day because they all right. So the way Wreck-It Ralph worked was that it's an arcade, and then there's a central hub that all the games connect to, so they can all interact with each other. And since the villains get beat on every fucking day, they sit down together in a room talking about how they keep getting fucked up every day, and they're just tired of it. I was like, what? Fucking Wreck-It Ralph was like, yeah, man, it's so hard. They just keep making me wreck stuff. I don't want to wreck things. I'm like, it was a cute little movie, man.
Yeah, but that movie was focused specific on the characters. This movie was kind of just like, here's a video game. Here are people who play video games. This is a video game culture, air quotes, and whatever. So everything else was like a Easter egg, if you will, because they use that fucking word a lot. Easter egg this, Easter egg that. This is the guy who made the first Easter egg, which is a bit of knowledge I didn't know. I already forgot his name, but his name was the Easter egg. It was in some action game from back on the Atari 2600 or some shit. So that was cool. So it was things like that. Like you would just look at it and you'd be like, oh, that's such and such. And so when I was watching it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Or oh, that's that guy. Or like when the fucking Serenity popped up, I'm like, yo, it's the fucking Serenity from Firefly, my guy. Like I'm hype. I can't believe they even put that. And that wasn't even a video game. That was a show and a movie. You feel me? So it was just all these things from like nerd and video game culture that they just put in there. And you just notice these things. That was there, so that was cool. But unfortunately, I still give that movie a 7 out of 10. So whatever.
That's what it deserved. I don't think it deserves to be hate on. Like it was fun, it was cute.
Absolutely not. You don't have to hate on it, but it's 7 out of 10.
You can enjoy it. I want to say there was they did also touch on escapism, which we talked about because he was trying to escape from his life, and a little bit of, would you say, consumerism?
Yeah. Because LOL wanted to keep charging people for the shit because people were buying shit.
It did get pretty dark. Like sort of I said earlier, LOL was ready to kill niggas. Like he was ready to kill all of them to get what he wanted. And there was also, like I touched on earlier, the loyalty centers. Like that shit seemed fun and cool. Like it's like, if you want stuff in the game, go to LOL, and then they'll give it to you, and you're supposed to pay it off. But then it's kind of like this debt system in which you can never pay it off. And then you're working in LOL systems for the rest of your life as a literal slave. Like
in game.
In the game, like when they showed you, because they kidnapped Artemis, and Artemis was in the loyalty centers, and they showed you what those people would do, and there's tons of people in the loyalty center. I wish they touched upon that darker side a bit more. I thought that's what they were gonna, when I was looking at the trailer, they really put a lot of emphasis on that. So I thought they were gonna talk about, well, people escaping from steady situations and people in power trying to make money off these.
No, what it's trying to show you is that get your blockchain up, boy. That's it. Now, because you understand, like that game, that movie is literally what gaming's about to turn into in the next couple months, next couple years.
Yeah, and EA is gonna be LOL.
They are gonna be LOL.
It's gonna be up to us to stop EA.
I'm not stopping.
We're all, by the time shit like that happens, we're all gonna be the age of that EA, not EA, of the LOL CEO. Because you gotta think, the movie took place in 2045. That's like a good 20-something, 30 years from now. Which means we gonna be them old people that wanted the money for the game. That's gonna be us. Like, he probably graduated high school in 2011, 2010. You feel me? If you really think about his age in reference to the time period that the movie took place in. Now. So, definitely then. He was definitely in like his 50s. Whereas he would be us today. Which is kind of sad when you really think about, like, damn, like, I wouldn't even really be able to enjoy this shit. Like, I'm an old man. I'm not a young man anymore, you know?
I mean, I don't...
Like, at that point, Tracer would be an old video game character. It's 2045.
Yeah, well, I'll be 52.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, thinking about it, the timing don't make no sense when you put that up. How do you have all these modern... I guess for them it was retro.
It was retro for them, so they like that shit.
Yeah, I'll be 52. You'll be 51. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of sci-fi. I don't like the idea of virtual reality. I never really have.
Well, guess what? You asked out, boy. I'm telling you, not because you gotta, like, gaming is really, like, crypto gaming is leaning towards that, where like you make money off of crypto gaming, and then you go buy shit. Like you give me like $2,000 worth of Bitcoin right now, I could buy us all a flight round trip. I'll spend less than half, and I won't even spend half of that. In crypto, I don't have no physical cash. Come on, son. That's terrifying.
I think just gaming in general is heading towards that.
Being a slave because you wanted to get some dope.
Oh, you think?
And you couldn't pay back.
I think Eve Online is like that also.
Eve?
Yeah, Eve Online. It's a game where it's like it's an MMO game essentially. You do things in MMO game. I think you could steal from people, You could kill people and shit like that. And what happens is, I think you could like create like there's somebody on that game, right? They have a fucking planet. It's like a party planet, and all the money they make in that game, they're able to transfer to like real currency or some shit like that.
Oh wow! Matter of fact, you bringing that up just reminded me of like one of the crucial plot points of the movie, which is why most people didn't want to do what they had to do, because the Oasis, right? It was an RPG, but it was a roguelike RPG.
It was an MMORPG.
Right. It was a roguelike MMORPG, meaning if you die, you lose all of your shit. And you have to start from scratch.
That's terrifying.
Some people had like 10 years. Like, people really put like their life into this shit. So if you die, you lose everything you own. Which is another reason which is most shit was important, because nobody wanted to lose all their shit. You can have the most rare shit. As soon as you die, that's it. It's done. It's gone. You got to start from scratch.
Can somebody loot it?
Oh, I don't know. But I know they got coins from you when you died. When people died, they got coins, and they used the coins for their pocket and buy more loot and shit.
The uncle's main character, well, it wasn't his uncle, but it was his aunt's boyfriend. He had put like basically their life savings into the game and had
some money for their house.
Yeah,
he took that money, house money, put it into the game to get all the shit he want, and he fucking lost. And he was tight at the kid. Something about his gloves, like these gloves suck and made me lose or whatever. But he put all their money into it.
The kid stole his aunt's gloves because they're better gloves, but the boyfriend wanted it, but he couldn't because the kid stole it. So he took the kid's gloves, but the kid's gloves was whack. So because he had lesser grade gloves when he got into the game.
So he says.
Yeah.
So he says.
Mm.
Lost.
Oh, I lost because of lag. No, you lost because you were whack, bro. That's why you lost.
He said lag because I thought the internet was too good.
No, he didn't say lag. He just said it was the gloves. So I guess that'd be our equivalent to lag. We don't have gloves.
With that being said, both your final judgments for this movie is a 7 out of 10.
Yup.
All right.
It was a fun game. Go see it. It was a fun movie.
All right. So with that being said, I would like to speak about my show, ReLife.
I love ReLife.
I do not like ReLife.
I really love ReLife.
And I'm looking at player 3, and she looks like
you are player 3 today. You're not looking at yourself. You're looking at player 2 right now.
No. What I was saying is, it's not that I didn't love ReLife. It's just that if it wasn't for this podcast, I probably wouldn't have continued it, or I wouldn't have felt a need. Like, there's certain, like, I talked about Re:Zero earlier. Like, at the end of every anime at Re:Zero, it leaves you with this Re:Zero. It leaves you with this cliffhanger, like, yo, I have to see what happens next. Same with Tokyo Ghoul. I hopped onto Tokyo Ghoul like a little bit late in the game, but when
Tokyo Ghoul gave you a feeling to see what happened next. That show was trash.
Nah, I loved.
Did you
read the manga?
I read the manga. After the first 10 to 15 episodes, the show was corny. After he got the white hair.
Of course. Everyone knows season 2 is trash. I'm talking about season 1. We don't count season 2. Think of that as Spider-Man 3.
Don't get me wrong. Season 1 got me into the manga.
Yeah. Season 1 was spectacular. That's what I'm talking about. We don't count season 2. But after he got the white hair, it was a major letdown. But even Tokyo Ghoul season 1, like, I used to like run home after like school, like eager to see like what my dude Kaneki Ken is up to. So it's just with this anime, I didn't feel a need like what's gonna happen next. It was fun, it was cute, and I understand that it's maybe because it's a different type of anime. Like, it's not like Tokyo Ghoul, it's not like an action adventure anime, but still, when I was watching Angel Beats back in the day, I loved that shit, and I felt that was slice of life. I was trying to see what happened next to the characters. I'm not hating on it. I didn't say it was bad. Do
you feel like you didn't like it because you can't relate?
No, it's very relatable. It just didn't. I don't know, for some reason, emotionally wise, I can't say, like you pointed out earlier, like, I wasn't crying in the ending. Parts of me felt like I felt like the ending reminded me a little bit of Your Name, where they lose their memories, but of course they find themselves in some happenstance of life. It was kind of just like, oh, okay. I couldn't cry. Like, you're watching it. Well, actually, I was watching it, and it seemed like they weren't going to get together. But I wasn't in the end. But I wasn't shocked.
Was you not kind of tight? Did you want them to get back together? That's the question.
They knew what they were getting into when they signed the contracts.
What?
They knew what they were getting into every step of their romance too. Even their supporters was just like, "Hey, yo, you might not forget this, but this is your one chance. Like, live your best life. You might not remember."
Let's start off by explaining the plot, because some people gonna be listening to this like, I ain't never fucking watched ReLife.
So
in my life,
you want to do it or should I?
Go ahead, bro.
All right. So ReLife is a show about when you are at a certain age in your life and you ain't doing shit. You can't find a job. You at home being a bum all day. The people from what was the name of the organization?
ReLife Laboratories.
Thank you. People from ReLife Laboratories will come to your crib and say, "Hey, we're going to give you a second chance. For this amount of time, you're going back to your prime years, high school, and you will relive a year." Like, it was a year, right? You will relive a year, and in that time spent reliving a year, you'll remember who you were. You'll find your passion again. And once we're able to help you find your passion again, we'll help you find a job. Because it's an experimental drug, blah, 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 shit like that.
Right. It's a drug that they give you that makes your body appear younger. Your muscles are still the same. So whatever knee problems you got, you're going to still have them. Whatever lung problems you got, you're going to still have them. If you had cancer, you still got cancer. If you had diabetes, you still got diabetes.
If you had the bug, because you ain't want to put a jacket on, you have the bug.
If you had gout,
don't let that go over your head.
You still got gout. So whatever you had, whatever physical ailments you had at 27, you still going to have when they take this pill. You just going to look 16, 17. That's all it does.
Watching this, I wanted to ask you guys, and I was asking myself, would you do it? And
yes.
I hope that doesn't
sound... fucking yeah.
I think a lot of people, I would have done it too, but not because I want another chance at life. Some people love the idea of going back to high school. Some people hate it. Some people is like, no, it's cringy. I fucking hate high school. I would never do it again. I wouldn't do it because like I don't want another chance at high school. I would do it because that nigga was set. They was like, yo, if you do this experiment, everything's paid for, your house, your food, your expenses, and if you succeed, you're hooked up with a job for life. I was like, say no more, spam.
But that's the whole point of the experiment.
Yeah, the main character in this series, he was low on luck. For you people who are listening, who were like, what the hell y'all talking about, right? The main character, he was low on luck. Every job he kept applying to kept denying him. The job he did have, he quit because the boss, who was one of his closest friends, she kept getting bullied by the other male people at the job, and she committed suicide. So ever since then, he just pretty much just quit at life, and he couldn't have anything work out for him. So this dude comes to him. He's like, yo, listen, man, we got this experiment, right? And we're going to give you this pill. It's going to make you look 16 again, or whatever the age was. The teenager. He's in high school. So it'll make you look 16 again. We're going to enroll you into this high school. You're going to spend a year in there, right? The purpose of this experiment is for you to find yourself again. By the end of this experiment, you're going to be a better person. You're going to be happy. You're going to have that fire lit in your soul again. And if not, then damn, that's too bad. I'm sorry. So anybody that he came into contact with, if he made friends or anything, by the end of the experiment, their memories of him would be wiped, but he would remember the whole experience. That's the plot.
So the main character's name is Arata, and the whole thing about Arata, the reason why I don't know how you didn't like it,
it's not that I didn't like it. I just didn't care for it. Like it didn't.
How could you not care?
But I mean, it didn't pull me in.
If you don't care about something, that means you don't like it.
No, it wasn't. I've seen bad animes and I've never finished it. Like,
oh, this wasn't one of them. So
no, it wasn't one of them to her because she watched it because of this. I mean, if you let her watch the first 3 episodes by herself, she'd never finish it.
Yeah, I probably would have fell off.
She'd have considered it a bad anime,
which it's really not. This is fantastic anime. It's like,
well, what pulled you guys in? What kept you guys coming time after time?
Are you serious?
I like slice of life animes. I love them shits.
It's
I
not
love
even
the feeling that makes me give me my heart.
It's like, yo, how this show is super fucking relatable. You ain't never have a moment in your life where shit just going wrong, shit's going down. You need to go on a soul searching journey. That's what the fuck ReLife is.
Some dude pulls up to you like, listen, you have an opportunity to do it all over again. And at the end of it, if you change, we're going to hook you up with a guaranteed job, a guaranteed salary. You're going to be set. You don't connect to like if somebody came to me and was like, listen.
But it could have been like maybe the characters didn't stick out to me that much, or their personalities didn't pull me in.
All the characters stuck out to me. Listen, this show came out 2 years ago, right?
16.
And I watched it when it first dropped. They only had 13 episodes, and the end wasn't even the real end. So now 2 years later, they put out 4 OVAs to finish up the series, and I'm like, you know what? I could barely fucking remember the details about these characters. I'm not gonna really care the same when this is done. It's not gonna give me
it's
feels.
like the main character.
Well, you know what? It gave me feels when it was done. All my memories came back, and somebody was cutting onions in my bedroom.
The main character, what? You took me wrong. The main character for me was kind of bland. Even his shortcomings, which you find, okay, he quit his job after 3 months. He's what they call a NEET. He's not having a job. He's struggling in life. And then you find out why he's struggling, and then you're just like, okay, I get it. Like, that would kill anyone. Other than that, he's pretty perfect. That doesn't stick out to me. The redheaded, the black girl that he falls in love with, she didn't really stick out to me. Like, none of the characters stuck out to me. Her volleyball friend was a perfect volleyball friend who was mad nice. The redheaded girl was wilding all the time. Like, it's just like none of them had these things that pulled me in that made me say, I want to see you more. But that's just me. I'm not saying it's bad.
It was about the character's relation to the main character, how he interacted with them, and the relationship, the bond that he formed with them. Because at the end of it all, they're going to forget him.
Yeah.
But he's going to remember all the times that he had, all the moments that he shared with these kids, in which they really, what they are. They're a bunch of kids. He's 27 in real life.
Yeah,
so they're like 16.
Mm-hmm. So it becomes more of a, like, on my soul searching journey, I found, like, some, like, life friends that I won't get to keep. That's like finding your real friends, like finding the real friends that's gonna be there for you through thick and thin, and like
after
2 months
a year,
from now,
they forget you.
They forget who you are, and you will like,
and you remember everything about them, every moment that you shared, anytime they cried on your shoulder, anytime you helped them. And it's not like it's just like somebody else that he meets who's 27, which also happens, by the way. But these kids are legit 16-year-old kids. He is 27. So the things that they went through, he's like, yo, I've been through that. I understand how you feel. Now let me tell you how to get through it. Like, let me help you. You feel me? Like, he's kind of mentoring these kids and making their lives better at the same time. Realizing what he had and why, like, he should be grateful, like, he's still around to be able to experience this shit again.
But this is why I said I feel like it's personal, and I'm not saying it's a bad anime. I felt like going into the anime, watching it 2, 3, 4 episodes in there, it reminded me a little bit of Erased, in which the main character Erased goes back in time and goes back to being his childhood.
The main character's name is Erased?
No, I'm sorry. I meant to say in Erased. Do you remember the main character's name in Erased?
Nope.
Yeah. Well, let's just say the main character in the race, he goes back into time in his childhood self, and he's kind of living his childhood. It's basically to try and find a killer for a murder.
Wait. He has to watch Erased. Because you watch ReLife. I'm not gonna do that to you.
How much episodes is it? It sounds interesting.
It's like
it's very good, but so 15? I'm not gonna spoil nothing for any. And Erase is pretty new, and it's pretty up there.
It's not pretty new. It came around the same time ReLife, like probably a couple months.
No, it did not. Not 2016.
17. That's a couple months.
Oh yeah, that's different.
Yeah, ReLife was like spring 2016.
Yeah, ReLife is a long time ago though. Erase is pretty recent still.
No, Erase. Hold up, my fault. Erase came out 2016 also then, because Erase didn't come out last year. I do not.
But I felt like Erase gave me those feels watching, like, and the times that he went back in time to spend it with his classmates, I enjoyed those times most. I don't know about you, Crimsons, but that's the time that got me, not the times he was an adult. So I felt like, of course, I think this came out before Erase, but I felt like it was doing what Erase did. But for me, Erase did it better because I was more emotionally invested and I was more interested. I would love for you to see Erase and then tell us what you think about it.
I'm probably going to still feel feels, but I'm just going ahead and disagree with you. Because he can go back in time and see his old classmates, whereas in that present day, they're still going to remember him as being their classmates. Whereas in real life, the classmates that he got and everybody's having these good moments with, nobody's going to remember him at all. Yeah. So he's sitting there reliving what it's like to be in high school again, like getting that fire back.
Race came out once in 2016.
And
same year.
All right, so same year, yeah. So having that feeling again, like, yeah, this is what I miss. Like, look at these kids. They're all so innocent and lively. They got such bright futures to look forward to. And he's just sitting there pretty much mentoring these kids, being their friend and shit. Like, all right, well, in the next year, I'm going to be back in my 27-year-old body. I'm remembering this experience, but all these lives that I've touched, all these lives that have changed, none of them's going to know it was me. So they're all going through all this, having such a great time. None of them's going to know it was me. None of them's going to remember meeting me and the times we shared and all that stuff. But I'm going to remember everything knowing that if I see them in the street, they're not gonna know who I am at all.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. That is a terrible feeling to have to bear.
I understand. That's like me. You get a deep connection. We become best friends. You done help me find the love of my life. XYZ and above. And then 2 months from there, like, we could never talk. Like, I'll forget everything. I forget who you are. I forget the whole. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just know me and her got together, but I don't remember you for nothing at all. That wouldn't kill you inside.
It would.
That would tear you up.
I'm just saying, that was my opinion.
I wasn't invested in him. I was invested in his journey.
Yeah.
Right. Like him as a character, whatever. You could put, he was like an everyman. You could put any one of us in that situation, and the result would be the same if you want to sit there and feel what it felt to have like close friends and then know that they're going to be taken away from you.
So I have a question. Is there any, y'all tear it up, of course, right?
I ain't terrible. Somebody cutting onions and my room door was open and the onion smell came through the door.
There was actually a part I teared up at too. Was there? It wasn't at the ending though, because y'all know I was watching that with a blank face. Was there a part that you teared
have no
up?
Soul.
No, I did cry watching
the
it.
part I teared up at right now, I'll say it right now because we probably teared up at the same part. When she was like, "Can I get a hug?" And he was like, "Yeah, come here, let me hug you." And they both crying because they both know damn well.
The she is referring
was that the part
to,
for you or no?
No, my part was way earlier in the first season of the series. I guess it might reveal like a little more about me and my personalities and things I'm interested in or
yeah, you got
me.
No soul. That's what I figured out.
It was actually between the redheaded girl and the pigtail girl. Like that whole interaction, and it was just like the miscommunication and the friendships and the like. I don't know. Do you remember what I'm talking about? Basically, the black girl with the pigtails thought that the redheaded girl didn't like her, but she was trying so hard to be friends with her, and it sucked because she's smiling at her because she wants to be her friend, and she's thinking that the red-haired girl feels the same way, but the red-haired girl doesn't like her and is jealous of her, and she thinks that the smile is a smirk, and it gets so bad that she tried to steal the black hair girl's bag. And I don't know, it was just like that whole situation was sad because it's like it reminds you of when you're in high school and you're trying to make friends. And can you imagine trying to make friends with this girl and then your bag's stolen, and then you find out that the girl you thought you were trying to be friends with steals your bag?
Yeah, I'm gonna get my sister beat up.
Like that whole situation, and then they have this confrontation in the end in which they're like talking about their feelings and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe
imagine going through all of that.
Stuck in my head.
Knowing that person's gonna forget you.
That sounds like a personal thing that you've been through.
Yeah, I mean.
Now after you done made up with that person and y'all good friends, now she gonna forget you. After all that y'all been through.
Yeah, like imagine like getting over that hurdle, becoming friends. It's like I get
like
cool.
You realize the miscommunication. Like damn, we fucked up. Hey, let's become friends.
I cried more in your name. In your name, that shit tore me the fuck apart.
You see, I hear what you're trying to say, but your name it wasn't a love story.
It was a love story.
You see, this wasn't really a love story. It wasn't the fact they were losing love. It was the fact they were losing the things that made them feel whole again. They were losing, like they were in a rut where they feel like they didn't have no reason to live or no reason to do anything, and the things that gave them purpose,
they won't remember.
They're losing it.
Well,
we keep saying they. We even tell anybody there was another person in the experiment.
That's actually something I didn't understand. They remembered the real life, but they wouldn't remember each other.
All right, so you obviously didn't read the part where they explained that shit.
Yeah.
All right, so
before you continue, I have to point out this a spoiler alert for whoever hasn't watched the show.
Way too late for that.
Yeah, way too late for that. So in the show there's Arata, the main character, the male main character, and the main female character name is Chizuru, and little does he know she's also part of the ReLife experiment, and she's the first person ever to be held back to have a second year.
We didn't even know till halfway through the last episode.
Yeah, to the end.
Yeah, it's her
before
second
the
year.
OVAs.
She about to go on her second year. So yeah.
So yeah, that second character, she was also doing the same thing as him, but she was just less responsive to it because she was more quiet. She tried to keep to herself. She was about to fail and whatnot. And then he came in and he changed the whole dynamic because him as a person, he wasn't a bad person. You feel me? He wasn't antisocial. he wasn't like a bum, so to speak, really. Like, he just lost the will to try to move on because, like, his boss from the previous job he was very close with, and he saw her being bullied and shit to the point where she hung herself in the office.
And he didn't do anything.
And he didn't do anything
when he
about
tried, it made it worse, and he didn't know how to deal with it well.
Right, so he wasn't dealing with her death well. So when he came into this real life, you feel me, he came in, he's like, you know what, I'm really going to try. I'm going to try to turn my life around because I'm looking at these kids. They're all so happy and carefree and whatnot. So now him and the other girl, Chizuru, they explain that both of them together, they're going to remember their real life, but both subjects are going to be wiped from each other's memories during the thing because their experiments are separate. So the whole point is to wipe out all connection with whoever you interacted with during your experiment. You feel me? So he's not going to remember that somebody else was doing the same thing as him because it might change the outcome at the end of the day or something like that. So they just wanted to just be you. You remember your experiences and what you did.
Gotcha.
Same thing happened with her. But at the same time, they wasn't really expecting them to like come together in that manner. That was unexpected.
Yeah.
Not only that, I think the saddest part for me, honestly, the saddest part for me.
And he didn't even know till they remembered.
Mm-hmm.
She figured it out.
The saddest part for me when everything happened was when the night before they were going back to becoming adults, and her handlers saw the shit that she did.
Oh yeah, when she wrote.
I remember she wrote, "I was in love with
the guy on her hand."
And she breaks down in tears, and she's like, "No."
And her handler's like, "Why you let me see that? Like, come on, man, come on, my dog. Why you let me see? Now I gotta erase it. Like, why would you do that? I was rooting for you. We rooted for you. We all did. Look what you did.
It's not even look what you did. Look what you made me about to do.
Look what you made me do.
Look what you about to have me do. Look.
Why didn't you hide it better?"
Oh, that
I was feeling her. I was like,
better because I actually didn't understand why she was breaking down in tears.
And she was breaking down in tears because
so you must have looked away for 2 seconds because you think it's such a terrible anime.
No, I didn't. I get it. She had wrote on her hand that she was in love with him, and the pink hair lady saw it, and she was breaking down. I didn't understand that emotional response. I was just like, "Oh, why is she crying?" But you explained it because she has to
wipe that memories.
And she from the get go wasn't down with this. She was like, "Yo, this is wrong. Like, we shouldn't be pushing them closer together."
No. That's what. No, she wanted them together. It was the guy who didn't want them close together. He was on some because remember the guy was her So there's 2 handlers. There's a blonde handler and a female handler. And the blonde handler was the original handler for Chizuru because she was the first ReLife in that school.
Right.
And then once the second one attended the school, he became the handler for both. But since it became too much of a hassle for him and he had to divert too much attention between the two and they can't know about the other person, he got a second handler, his junior, the pink hair girl with the glasses.
Yeah.
Now, the pink hair girl with the glasses wanted Chizuru and Arata together because, love. You feel me? But again, Rio, the blonde hair handler, he was like, it can't happen. Like company policies, like we can't do it. But I have time for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't got time for that. So her biggest thing was when she saw on Chizuru's hand what it said, she couldn't help but to break down because she wanted them to be together. She really did. The same way you kind of get the feeling she was into her senpai, like she wanted them to be together. And the fact that she saw that, she's like, damn, now I have to I literally have to take love away from you.
Yeah.
That was her whole thing. Like, I gotta take love away from you now. That shit.
Then she was the reason they met up at the end because when they was looking up jobs, she kind of pushed her to work for the lab.
Yeah.
Like our main character did. He was like, you know what? I want to work for you guys, right?
You're right. She was the reason.
So
and they also,
she was the reason that she even ended up working there because she wanted them to bump back into each other and trigger their brains to see if they would remember or just naturally fall into each other again. Over again, because that's how much she wanted it to work. She did that on purpose. She explained. Were you reading the subtitles, man?
I was reading it.
She was explaining her real life, and she was saying how her handler pushed her to work in this place. Like, she really pushed that, and so she decided to go do that.
And when I was watching it, I was just like, I didn't make that connection. I was just like, I think that's odd that she pushed her towards her having that job. Like, wouldn't they run into each other?
No.
And I was just like, anime logic. And also, I think she told her to stay behind too, because all the rest of the company, they were all at this bar, and then the rest of the company went to another place, and she was like, my boss told me to stay, that new employees shouldn't go to the next place. She explained, like, I'm not trying to not be social. My boss just said to stay here. And I think, if that makes sense. And I think she tried to push them to run into each other.
No, it was
100%. That's what she wanted to do.
Did Ryu help with that also?
He probably could have.
No, because he didn't go either. Why did he? What was his reason for not going?
Nobody explained that.
No, yeah, he just didn't go.
Like, it was just Arata and what the hell's the girl's name?
Chizuru.
Chizuru.
No, I'm saying that Rio, Arata's handler, didn't he tell, like, something was set in why he stayed back also, or was it because of the rain?
I don't know. I didn't know they even mentioned him again. I just thought he was just there because at that point, when he's there with the employees, he was familiar with people.
I think something was said, but I don't remember what. Yeah. I think he was sent a text that Rio. I remember the text. I think it said, like, I can't meet you at the bar because the next time I have to be a kid or something. I think he couldn't come because it was work related.
No, that was a flashback.
No, but it was in the last episode. Like, he got a text.
He said he wanted to go out for drinks when we were adults again. That's what he was remembering. Him and the pink hair chick, like, we should go out for kids again once we're adults again. Go out for kids. Go out for a drink when we're in adult bodies again.
Man, I said go out for kids. That's very nasty. So,
no,
but did you catch the end part where he went to the dude in the room?
Keep going.
Did you catch that reference?
You see, that's what I'm saying. You wasn't
into it.
Yeah, like you
thing.
you fought against it so hard because if you paid attention, all right. So you remember how he helped the boy get with the girl, right?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Right,
wait, no, I get what you're saying.
His friend with the blonde hair.
Okay.
And the volleyball chick with the red hair. You know how they liked each other, and he kind of moved their relationship along.
No. So you remember how he said he has a brother that you could kind of tell the brother needs a ReLife.
Yes.
Okay,
that's why he didn't want the redhead chick to come to his house.
So if you paid attention at the last episode, he went to his house.
Oh, I said that, and he
was going to do the ReLife with the brother, and it didn't touch you the fact that he seen the kid that he helped get a girlfriend, and the nigga doesn't even remember him.
But he remembered to go help his brother do a ReLife.
I mean, it didn't touch me, but I didn't say it was a bad anime. I just said it didn't touch me. I never said that anime was trash.
Hold on, give me a second. Just keep your eyes open. Let me throw some Everclear in it, and we can just make you watch.
Where is your soul? Like, oh my god!
It's with the zombies apparently.
I said I've seen it before, and when it's in other ways that I've seen it, I felt like it was a done away personally that connected to me.
You thought it was more impactful the other time.
Yeah, like that hit me more personally. Like, even like I was saying in Your Name, they were from two different timelines, and when their timeline blended together, they forgot each other. I don't even know why they forgot each other, but I just remember
he changed the timeline. That's why. I
remember just crying the whole movie. Even none of you guys saw Puella Magi Magica Madoka, correct?
Nope.
There is which you really
because I'm not paying money to go see this movie because I'm trying.
Puella Magi Magica Madoka is an anime that's on Netflix.
Oh, I thought it was that movie kept telling me to fucking watch.
How many episodes?
It's only 12, and it's actually one of my favorite animes. So if you guys can
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna talk straight shit about it.
Wow.
Bear shit.
But I didn't like.
But even Puella Magi Magica Madoka,
I felt like Magi did a better job.
But you said you didn't watch Magi.
Yeah. This is the same show.
Magi? No.
It's about Magi did it better.
Watch Puella Magi Magica Madoka.
I'm gonna say Black Cobra did it better.
Y'all annoying.
I'm gonna say Izetta Last Witch did it better. Like, we just pull out all the magic animes out.
If we're really going there, I'm gonna say Fairy Tail did it better.
I'm gonna say Negima did it better.
Ooh, I'm gonna say UQ Holder did it better.
Anime, so I'm sure our viewers here, if you love anime, you've watched it. So I'm talking about the point in which can I spoil it or you guys don't care?
Is this Amanda? Do you want us to watch this?
If you guys want to, if you care,
I'm probably not gonna watch it, to be honest. You know what?
But the point is, this whole memory wipe situation I've seen it multiple times in movies and in animes. So it personally didn't like hit me. I wasn't like I was like, oh, that's sad, like that sucks. But I wasn't like crying at that particular.
Dude, I cried like 3 times in this fucking anime.
I did cry.
Yeah, I admit I cried, but I didn't cry in that particular
I cried at the end as soon as they got the memories back, and then that theme song came in. That theme song,
you know why?
touches my soul.
You know why? Because I thought they wasn't gonna get their memories back. They just have to start. I thought love was going to bud, but they don't have to start from scratch.
Even in like, did you guys see that new Harry Potter spinoff?
Nope.
You guys didn't see that either?
Nope. I plan not to either.
Oh yes, Fantastic Beasts.
Fantastic Beasts. The whole side main character is going on this amazing journey with wizards, and the idea is like, bro, you're a Muggle. You can't remember this shit. At the end of this shit, we're gonna wipe your memories. And it was like, okay, this whole sad event. He was sad. He wiped his memories. He fell in love with another witch. They couldn't be together. Like, it probably didn't impact me because it's something that I've seen multiple times personally, but I'm not saying it's a bad anime. What I said is that I just didn't feel an urgent need. Like, had I not been watching it for the podcast, I probably would have fell off.
Your new name is Blackheart.
Though.
Your new name is Blackheart. No. Since it's L.A.N Party, you're the N for no heart.
I feel like I have a heart. But you remember Fantastic Beasts. Like,
right.
It was the same
I mean,
situation.
it was like, damn, that's sad. But
it was hella sad.
That is like that's definitely a different feeling than ReLife. Because with that, he didn't know that was going to happen the whole time. He's just out there like, yeah, I'm helping my friends. Oh, they know magic. This is pretty cool. And then they're like, yo, but we're going to have to like wipe your memories, my guy.
And
he
fell in love with a witch. They fell in love with each other.
I guess this is what it is, right? With ReLife, he's going through the whole year knowing they're going to wipe everybody's memories.
Yeah.
It's
so
not something that he's doing like, yay, we're all having fun. And then they hit you at the end like, oh, but we got to wipe your memories though. Like, oh, dead ass? No. He knew the whole time our memories have to be wiped. Chizuru, she knew. She was there for 2 years. She knew the whole time her memories would have to be wiped. And when she figured out that Arata was part of the program without saying nothing, but when she figured it out, she already knew he was going to get the dun-dun from her memories too. So she knew the whole time. So imagine going through this whole shit for a year knowing for a fact everybody is going to forget you. That is the end game. Everybody will forget you. It's not, yes, let's go have fun. And then you realize at the end, we got to wipe your memory. Like on some, oh shit. You don't have the time to be sad at the end of the shit because you about to get your memories wiped. This time, you got to be sad the whole fucking year you made them friends, knowing these people are going to forget me.
The more you realize.
So those are like different feelings for me.
Yeah.
Like Fantastic Beasts is like, damn, that sucks. He got to wipe his memory. After all that, damn.
Fuck that.
The same thing happened in Sonic 06. Terrible game, but when they blew out the flame thing that was causing all the trouble and shit, right? It pretty much erased the whole freaking game, right? And even though the whole Sonic and the girl kiss thing was weird, I kind of appreciated their relationship together. Like, you went through a lot of shit. Other characters went through a lot of shit. They explained everything, bunch of time paradoxes, whatever. But then at the end of it all, everything gets reset anyway. So she doesn't remember Sonic and the journey they went on. Somehow I think Sonic remembers. They kind of hint at that, but whatever. But after all that shit, like, she cries. She's like, I don't care about the world. I just don't want to forget you. And Sonic's like, listen, bitch, we got to save the world. Blow the shit out. Like, come on. Like, come on, blow the shit out. Like, stop playing games right now. Like, if we don't do this, the same shit gonna happen again. You know how this time shit work. Just blow the shit out.
Damn.
I was sad for that shit. I'm like, damn, that was pretty sad. I mean, I went through this whole bullshit ass game just for none of that shit to matter.
That hurt me.
This game terrible. You know, I done clipped through mountains and shit 15 times, like, just for the whole shit to not matter at the end of the day. That hurt me. That probably hurt me more than ReLife.
Jesus. Jesus Christ. Wow. So with that being said, right? With that being said, we'll be ending this episode early this time around. Not every episode will be an hour.
Early. I think this one was like an hour and a half. I'm not gonna hold you.
Seriously?
Is that what it says on there?
I mean, we had to like stop recording for a little bit, remember? So right now it's at half an hour.
So it'll be an hour. We talked for a while.
I think the last two clips we got is like half an hour each. So.
Jesus Christ. All right, so with that being said, right? I'm Ashar Crimson. I'm player 1.
No, you're still player 3. You'll be player 1 next episode, bro.
You guys are annoying.
If you do what you're supposed to do.
You guys are annoying.
You can be player 1.
You guys are more annoying than any girlfriend I had in my life.
So anyway, with that being said, I'm player 1, Sweater Vest Kid.
I'm player 2, Bubblegum Zombie Hunter.
I'm not doing this.
And that's player 3,
It's your
I'm player 3 for today. Ashira Crimson. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Make sure you like and follow all of our stuff, social media.
Yes. Follow us on Twitch. Follow us on the Instagram. Follow us on the Twitter. Follow us on everything, man.
Like, subscribe, comment.
Smash that subscribe button.
Oh my god.
It's funny because if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, you're gonna still player 3 though. Like, it doesn't matter.
You really gonna hold on to this? Really? We're doing this now?
Anyway,
fight about
guys,
it? Like,
thank you again for listening.
Nah. You wanna fight about it, player 3?
We're gonna end this here,
Good.
and we're going.